Hey, look at this. This is where you can jump off the top of the tower. So cool. Hey guys, David here, and I'm out front of the STRAT, and I'm about to go check into my room. But before I do, I'm gonna let you guys know I'm gonna try the $20 trick. Slip them $20, see if I get an upgrade. Let's go see if it works. So what was the result of our $20 tip at the front? Well, to be honest, I don't think there was any benefit to tipping the $20 at the front. There was no view upgrade, no room upgrade, no food comp, nothing like that, no early check-in. They just took the money and said thank you, and that was about it. But now that we're in the room, the first thing I like to do is check out the view, so let's take a look. I'm here on the 20th floor, and I'm looking out at the mountain range. I can see Atomic Gulf kind of right here, but mostly what I'm seeing is just some older looking houses and the highway, so not my favorite view. Let's go check out the bathroom. This bathroom is super basic. You got a single sink with a mirror, a tub shower combination, and a toilet. And oddly enough, the toilet looks like it was newly replaced, but everything else looks a little dated. It's not the smallest, definitely not the biggest, but it's just a mediocre bathroom. First impressions, as I walked in, there was a bit of a smell to this place. It was like a musty, smoky, kind of stale air smell. Honestly, not that pleasant. And the next thing I noticed was it is a very basic room with a very outdated look. Not much going on here. I noticed that the pillows are really small. So overall, not super impressed, but I haven't written this place off yet, and I'll tell you guys why at the end of this video, and I'll give you my final thoughts. But for now, let's go check out the rest of the property, starting with the pool. When it comes to the pool at the STRAT, there is one pool here, and I would say it's like medium size, not quite small, definitely not a large pool, but there is only one pool here. However, there are a lot of chairs that you can relax on. There is a bar up here, and they do have a small casino. So if you want to gamble while you're out by the pool, you can totally do that. When it comes to location, the STRAT is located on the north end of the strip, and it is the farthest most north hotel on the strip. So when you get out here, you're really getting to a more isolated area. It does take a little bit longer to walk down towards other places like Fontainebleau or the Wynn or Encore. All those places are a little more accessible and on the north end of the strip. The STRAT is really in its own area. But if you're going to Fremont, you might not actually mind that because you're just that much closer to going to Fremont, and there is a bus stop right outside that would take you there. So overall, just an okay location, but it really depends on what you're doing on your Vegas trip. Hey guys, while we're hanging out, if you like the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now let's go check out the rest of the property. One thing you have to check out if you're staying at the Stratosphere is, of course, going up the tower and seeing it from the top, and tickets usually cost $27. But if you're staying at the hotel, they're only $10 per person, so let's head up there. I'm up here now on the viewing deck on level 109, and it is really cool. And let me tell you guys a few things. When you buy a ticket, it's good all day. So you can come up in the daytime, and you can also come up at night when everything lights up, which is really cool. They also have these viewing binoculars, but they need quarters to be used. So if you're coming up here, bring a few quarters. I myself didn't because I didn't know, but now you guys know, bring a few quarters when you come up here. But overall, it's actually really cool, and the view is spectacular. You really have to see it for yourself. Definitely worth coming up here if you're staying at the STRAT. When it comes to the casino floor at the STRAT, it's actually not too bad. It kind of looks small, but it's more spread out than it is small. There's kind of a section of slot machines over on the side area, and then they have a main area where there's more slot machines and table games and the sports book is, but overall it's not too bad. You've got $10 and $15 minimums on the tables. I saw a couple 25s as well, and the sports book is really nice. Lots of big screens to watch the games. Overall, actually impressed here. When it comes to restaurants at the STRAT, there are a few. Of course, there's the Top of the World, but honestly, I looked at the menu and I didn't see anything I was particularly interested in. But I did look at the menu of a place behind me and they had one of my favorite dishes, which is pho. So we're gonna go check that out and see if it's good. So let's head inside. Just sat down here and ordered the beef pho. I hope it's good. Can't wait to try it. Food just arrived. I'm gonna give it a little sample here. That's good. Okay, I'm gonna get into this. Just finished up, and I gotta say the pho was good. Wasn't great, wasn't the greatest I've had, wasn't the worst, it certainly wasn't the worst. So I would recommend it. If you're in the area, you wanna try some pho, that's not a bad place. But it is Saturday night, and I want to go down to Fremont since we're so close. But before we do, let's go check out the tower and see what the night view looks like. Morning guys, let me give you my final thoughts here on the STRAT, starting with my favorite part, which was the observation deck. It is really cool up there. I think it's over 1,100 feet that you go up, so you're really high up. And it was really cool that the tickets are for all day, so you can go up in the morning or in the afternoon and then go up at night and check it out. At night is really cool. It's a really beautiful perspective of Las Vegas. You can kind of see the whole area. You can see downtown, you can see the Strip. Absolutely worth doing if you're staying here, for sure. And if you are staying here, it's $10 to go up, and if you're not, it's $27 per person. So definitely a discount if you are staying here. Now, let me get to something else that I mentioned at the start of the video, which was there was kind of this musty smell in the room when I walked in, but that was gone after a few hours because this room has an air vent. So some places in Las Vegas don't have this, but this one has an air vent that you can kind of open up on the window, helps to circulate the air and keep it fresh in here. And so after a few hours, the musty smell did go away. And I will mention that when I originally went to book this room, I was looking at prices. It was gonna be like $140. I was booking it on a Saturday, so I would expect to pay a bit more because Friday and Saturday on the Las Vegas Strip is when prices go up. But they were running a deal when I went back to actually book it a week later for $99. But $99 all in included your room, a $25 food comp, and 2 admission to the tower, which, you know, if you value the food at 25 and the admission at 20, you're really getting this room for like 50 bucks, which is a steal on the Strip on a Saturday, $50. The only drawbacks I would see is the location. If you're wanting to go and like wander the Strip at night, this is not the location. It's pretty far off. It's a decent walk. I've walked from this area down to say MGM Grand before, and you're looking at like probably like 10,000 steps. It's a good walk. But if you want to go say to Fremont, you're only like a $10 lift to take you down to Fremont. Takes you like maybe 10 minutes. So it's a really good place if you want to go in that direction. Overall, not a bad experience here. The room is pretty basic. There's not much to it. I do know that they have some nicer renovated rooms, but for this one, just very, very standard, a little outdated, but that's okay. If I have to give this a rating, I'd probably give it, I'm on the fence between like a 3 and a 3.5. The drawbacks being the pool area is very basic, and the location is kind of off. So let's give it a 3.5. Because the room, I had a decent sleep. There was no noise, anything like that. But I wouldn't probably want to stay here for too many nights. If I was coming to Vegas though, and I was, say, staying for like 10 days or was doing a longer trip here and I wanted to see some hotels, I might include this in that trip just as an experience because it is a bit of a novelty. But that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for coming along. We should do it again sometime. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.